This video will show you how to begin the actual recording process, as well as everything in here. So this is a little booklet that I made to help us out. Basically, this video will show you how to begin the recording procedure, as well as checking the recording software, make sure everything's alright, the resyncing, the recording software, the microphone. Basically, this video will cover everything you need to know about the actual recording process. Okay, so I think this is the moment that you've probably been waiting for, one of the most crucial moments when it comes to actually recording. That's obviously the actually recording bit, but before that, I just wanted to quickly show something. I mean, you'll already know about it, but just in case you need a refresher, I have made things a lot easier for us. I know it's a bit weird, a bit timey-wimey or whatever, but I've made things a little easy for us. I've made a little booklet here which helps us with recording. This is a little outdated. I still need to... I've done a new version of the front page. I just need to print it out. But the point is, I made a little booklet to help us out here. So you will want to consult this book. There's a few pages. Again, I'll probably have a few diagrams on screen just to show you of the setup. But yeah, there's like the recording setup. There's the recording setup page. There's the video syncing. There's recording software, microphone, game audio, timer, controls, water, and also, most importantly, the recording scene. So again, every single time you go to record, make sure you always consult this book, as this is an extremely important tool for when it comes to recording. So whatever you're recording, always consult this. You might not always need every single step in here, but make sure you always consult the book. Even if you don't need one or two steps, always look at this when recording, as that is a massive guide, and it's basically, as long as you follow this, you shouldn't miss anything important. But now let's actually go into the actual most important thing, actually setting up to record. So again, assuming you've followed all of the steps I've already shown you, you know, with making sure your volume's set to 20, and assuming you've followed all the previous steps in the last couple videos, I think we're actually ready to actually start hitting record. So let me go into the presentation here real quick. So first, so basically, when going to record, there's a bit of a step. Again, you want to follow the guide for this. You want to follow the little recording guide I've made you. So basically, there is a bit of a process to this that I found and just, you know, I've just made better over time. But this is the definitive technique that I found that typically works. So first, what you want to do is first, you'll want to hit record on OBS. You want to hit record in OBS, and then you'll want to wait anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds roughly. So hit record in OBS, wait for 5 or 10 seconds. That should be long enough. And then after that, so after you hit record, after you wait for 5 or 10 seconds, then you want to move over to hit record in Audacity. So again, like I said, hit record on OBS, wait 5 seconds, and then hit record in Audacity, and that's pretty much good. You're pretty much good to go after that. Well, for the most part, there's still a bit of a process, but that's the beginning part, the most crucial part. After that, you'll want to go over to resyncing. Now, the resyncing part, like the resyncing window, will already be open when you start recording, but because of this particular video, I've had to do things a bit differently. But at this point, you want to consult your guide again, and there'll be a page where it tells you to basically clap. So what this is basically to get things resynced. So naturally, when you're recording, the video will defaultly be out of sync. And the thing is, what you want to do is try and get it back in sync. And how we do that is by just doing this for a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's basically, you want to do that a few times. So again, the video will naturally be out of sync because obviously you're hitting record at different times. Because, you know, you're hitting record and then waiting 5 seconds and then hitting record. So naturally the video is going to be out of sync. So what the clapping does there is it gives you something to work with. It gives you something to work with in editing. So basically, what you want to do is you want to match the sound of the clap with the actual hand movements. I personally recommend that you go with hand movements and the clap rather than lip movements, because lip movements are a little bit too subtle, I think, whereas a clap's more obvious. Like, because again, imagine just going like any point of the video, like it's not as obvious, whereas a clap more obvious. So again, that's basically it. Just do that 1, 2, 3. So do that 3 or 4 times, or as many times you want, but at least 3 or 4 times, just to basically just to give you enough to work with, pretty much. So the idea is you want to do that. So you want to like have it so like when the video starts, it's already on like the sound of a clap, and then you want a few other claps after that point as well. And that, if you do that, you shouldn't have any trouble, pretty much. So anyway, once you've done the clap, once everything's done there, then you'll want to turn the page, and then you'll want to check a few other things. So firstly, you'll basically want to check to make sure that everything is okay. Make sure everything's recording properly. So next, you want to check your recording software to make sure that there's no bugs. So ultimately, what you're looking for here is you want to make sure that this little recording symbol, you want to make sure this recording timer down here is counting up, and you also want to make sure that this the button here says stop recording in blue. So those are what you're looking for pretty much. As long as, like, if that's how it should look, like, basically, if what you're seeing on screen matches the book, like if this, as long as the recording timer is going up, and as long as the button says stop recording and not start recording, if it says start recording, then something's clearly went wrong. But basically, just make sure make sure what you see on screen right now matches in your book, pretty much. Next is the microphone. So what you're looking for here is you're looking over here at Audacity, and as you are talking, you want to make sure that your levels are actually going up, like the levels in the microphone here. You want to make sure that those that little green, yellow, and red bar is moving as you talk. Don't worry so much about the waveform. That doesn't really matter. The point is, like, the most important thing is, well, yeah, there's a countdown down there as well, but most importantly, you want to look out for the waveform here, the levels here. As long as the levels are moving as you talk, everything is okay. Next, we move on to game audio. Now, unfortunately, I don't really have a good way of showing this at the moment, but again, I'll probably have something on screen just as a demonstration. But what you're looking out for here is making sure that the desktop audio here, make sure those bars are actually going up and down. Like, there should be music playing or whatever. It's not always easy to check it because, again, some games are quiet during the menu and stuff, so it's a bit more difficult there. But the point is, you want to make sure that the game audio is being recorded. So as there's music in the game, you want to make sure they're going up and down. If those levels in the game audio are going up, then that means everything is okay there. Next, okay, so the next thing that you're looking out for is basically, you're basically making sure of your timer. So there's a couple other things here, like when checking things over. So the next thing here is timer. So again, make sure your timer is locked to your wrist, as I mentioned a little earlier. So timer, make sure it's on your wrist, make sure that it's fully charged, make sure that you can easily access your timer like so. Yep, there we go, full access. So again, just make sure your timer is on your wrist. Make sure it's fully charged or decently charged, and make sure you can have easy access so you can get in. Basically make sure you can get into your timer whenever you need. Okay, next up is make sure that your controls are ready. Again, make sure that you've got your controller or keyboard. You know, again, if it's a keyboard or mouse, you shouldn't have any problem there. But if it's like a console or something, you might want to make sure that your controllers are ready and fully charged. Make sure your controllers aren't about to die. Make sure that they've got plenty of battery life. You know, just make sure that's all good there. Next up is water. You want to make sure that you've got your water out. There's a couple of places the water could be. Again, depending on the recording location. Like if it's a PC recording, it'll be on your little desk over there. Hang on. So if it's a PC recording, it'll be on your little desk there at the side. And if it's a console recording, it'll be on your table there. So again, make sure your water is out. Make sure you've got it out of the fridge. Make sure it's out of the fridge. Make sure it's out for whenever you may need it. Because again, if you're commentating for a long time without, if you're talking for a long time without rest, your throat will tend to dry out. So make sure you've always got water there, just to basically make sure that's there, just if your throat gets dry. And the final step here before you can actually start recording is basically make sure you're on the right scene. Now, as I mentioned, when the video starts, when you first start doing all of this, by default, you will already be on the facecam screen, and that's not the screen you want to be on. So basically, you want the facecam screen here just so you can get things back in sync. But ideally, you will, once you've done with all that, you will want to move to the actual recording screen. So again, I've done it in such a way, as you can see here, so there's resyncing here, which brings the facecam up here so we can do all that. But once that's done, you want to go onto this screen here. Basically, you want to, by default, you will be on this screen, but you want to move to the second source, and after that's pretty much it. So after that point, you're pretty much good to record at that point. It's literally just, basically after you've done all of that I've shown, then you're pretty much ready to record just as soon as you're ready. Okay, so for this last segment, please just ignore the Undertale border for the moment. This is literally just to kind of show what goes in the last bit of the recording preparation. So just ignore the Undertale border for now. But at this point, you know, you've already done all your preparations. You know, you've already hit record. You've already done the resyncing and everything. So at this point, it's literally just the literal last couple minutes before you actually start recording. So again, you've done all the pre-recording preparations. You've already hit record. You've already resynced. You've already done the clap and everything. So at this point, it's literally just trying to get yourself comfortable, trying to get yourself into the mental space of recording, because I've been doing this. I think I've been doing this for like what, 7 years now. I think 7 years. Yeah, I think 7 years. But I've been doing this for like 7 years ish, give or take. So I've been doing this for a while, and even though I've been doing this for a while, I still get camera shy. So that's basically what these last couple moments are. It's just basically trying to get yourself comfortable, trying to get yourself into a good mental space, a good comfortable, like get yourself both try to get yourself comfortable both physically and mentally. So again, if you're a little bit cold, put a jacket on, or turn the fan off or whatever. You know, just try and do everything you can to get yourself comfortable before actually starting to record. So again, you know, so basically it's just the last, if there's any messing on that needs to be done last minute, so do that. So again, you know, if the music's too loud, try and get the you know, mess up this a little to try and get to a comfortable audio for you. If there's any irritations, try and get rid of that. So You know, if you feel a sneeze coming on, let it pass. If you've got a cough coming on, try and force it out. Obviously, not forcing it to the point where it could actually hurt, but you know, if there's any irritations in your body, try to get them out. You know, if you've got a cough, if you're a sneeze, try and wait for it to pass. You know, if you got an itch, you know, scratch it. You know, basically it's just all that kind of stuff. So if you, again, any irritations, anything bothering you, make sure you basically this is basically your last opportunity to get all of those little irritations and things out of the way before recording properly. But yeah, again, just, you know, mess around with stuff if you have to get things just right. If you notice something a little off, like, you know, just again, if there's something in frame, get out of frame. If you're not quite in frame, you know, maybe move yourself on the chair a little bit to make sure you're in frame, etc. But basically, it's just the last couple of minutes, it's the last chance to get things right before you actually record properly. So, but yeah, it's just literally trying to get comfortable, trying to get to a good mental space, a good mental point. You know, that's basically it. So, again, just again, if you have to, take a drink. You know, if you've got a cold, you know, if you've got a cough and coughing's not getting rid of it. Maybe go and take some Cavonia if you've got any cough medicine, paracetamol if you've got a headache. You know, just basically just do whatever you need to do just to get comfortable. Again, take a drink or whatever. But yeah, just basically do whatever you need to do to get comfortable before actually recording. And then once all that's out of the way, just, you know, get ready. So again, line yourself up with the camera. You know, activate a timer. Let's see, timer, and recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and that's basically going. Now, you might not always want to go immediately after hitting record after hitting the timer button. You know, again, it's just basically after starting your timer, it's basically just go whenever you're ready. Don't try to force yourself. You know, just try to ease yourself comfortably. Just try to, you know, again, you want to make the intro and everything seem as natural as it can. Again, I do still get camera shy even after all these years. So again, you don't want to force an intro. You want to just slowly get yourself comfortable, get yourself acclimated to the recording position, and just let your intro come out completely naturally. You don't want to force it. So again, take a couple seconds to just relax, recompose yourself for a minute. Take a few deep breaths if you have to. Do everything you can to just relax yourself so that when you do record, it feels completely natural and it seems completely natural. And then eventually, hey guys, Lucky Star Shi-Roku here, and welcome to another video. And that's roughly what it should look and sound like.